CCTV cameras are everywhere, on streets, in stores, and even in homes. These silent watchers record the daily life of millions, but sometimes they capture something far more sinister. Today, we dive into chilling cases where the truth was revealed, not through witness testimonies, but by the cold, unbiased lens of surveillance cameras. Let's explore 5 disturbing murders in the UK that were solved, thanks to closed-circuit television. Our first case takes us back to 1993 in Liverpool, England, where the tragic murder of 2-year-old James Bulger shocked the nation. James was abducted from a shopping center by 2 10-year-old boys, Robert Thompson and John Venables. Little James was led away from the mall by his captors in broad daylight. A massive search was underway for the missing boy. On February 14, 1993, 2 miles away from the mall, 14-year-old James Riley and his 13-year-old brother Terrence were playing near a railroad embankment when they unfortunately discovered the body of little Jamie lying on the railroad track, brutally murdered. Years later, the Riley brothers claimed that they have since battled depression and drug addiction, stemming from what they saw on the tracks that day. The CCTV footage of this moment became one of the most haunting images in true crime history. It was this chilling footage that helped identify Thompson and Venables, leading to their arrest and trial. The footage provided undeniable evidence of their involvement, and though the crime remains one of the most shocking in British history, without the CCTV footage, the killers might never have been found. Upon their 18th birthdays in 2001, both John Venables and Robert Thompson were released from prison, with the judge granting them both new names and legal anonymity for life. James's father, Ralph Bulger, has pleaded with the courts to release the identity of his son's killers, but the court has refused to change the order, citing the likelihood of vigilante justice by the public. Surprisingly to many, James's mother agreed with the ruling, stating she did not want blood on her hands. Molly McLaren, a young woman with a passion for fitness and a bright future, met Joshua Stimpson through a dating app in November 2016. What began as a promising romance quickly turned dark as Stimpson's behavior became possessive. Molly ended the relationship in June 2017, hoping to distance herself from the increasingly controlling Stimpson. But Stimpson's fixation only grew. He began stalking Molly online, posting defamatory messages about her, and even followed her to the places she visited. Feeling threatened, Molly reported his behavior to the police. Officers issued him a warning, but this did little to deter him. In a chilling escalation, Stimpson tracked her to a gym in Chatham on June 29, 2017. CCTV footage showed Stimpson lurking around the gym while Molly was working out, even trying to work out next to her before she became frustrated and confronted him. As she left the gym and got into her car, he ambushed her. Witnesses attempted to intervene as he brutally attacked her, stabbing her over 75 times in a frenzied assault. The police arrived quickly, apprehending Stimpson at the scene. During his trial, evidence showed that Stimpson had been plotting the attack, researching knives and planning his movements. The tragedy of Molly's murder sparked widespread calls for stronger protections against stalking, and raised awareness about the dangers of coercive, controlling relationships. Stimpson pled that it was manslaughter, not murder. However, thanks to the CCTV as well as witnesses on the scene, Joshua Stimpson would be convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. Quin Chong, a 67-year-old woman from Wembley, London, went missing in June 2021. She was last seen at her home on June 10th, and her disappearance quickly sparked concerns within her church community since she suffered from mental health issues, including paranoid schizophrenia. Her decapitated body was discovered over 200 miles away, in a forest near Salcombe. The discovery was as shocking as it was puzzling, but soon enough, investigators would be able to piece together the evidence to catch Chong's killer. CCTV footage revealed Chong's interactions with Gemma Mitchell, a woman who had befriended her in a bid to secure financial help for home repairs. Investigators scrutinized footage from Chong's neighborhood and saw Mitchell arriving at Chong's house with a large blue suitcase on the day of Chong's disappearance. Hours later, CCTV captured Mitchell leaving the home, struggling to carry the same suitcase. which appeared heavier. Days later, CCTV footage showed Mitchell driving from London to Devon with the same suitcase, where Chong's remains would eventually be found. This footage led detectives to focus on Mitchell. Further investigation uncovered that Mitchell had a motive. She was counting on Chong to loan her £230,000 for home repairs, and Chong had recently refused her requests for money. The CCTV evidence, combined with phone and vehicle tracking, allowed authorities to charge Mitchell with Chong's murder.
Just see your hands. Alright, Gemma, at this moment, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. Okay, you don't have to say anything, but you may have a defense. Do you want to mention one question?
Mitchell was found guilty, with the closed-circuit footage becoming central evidence in unraveling her actions and timeline. Gemma Mitchell was ultimately sentenced to life in prison, and she became the first woman in the UK to have her sentencing televised.
You have shown absolutely no remorse, and it appears that you are in complete denial as to what you did, notwithstanding what, in my judgment, amounted to overwhelming evidence against you.
Sarah Everard's murder in March 2021 struck a devastating chord across the UK and beyond. Sarah, a 33-year-old marketing executive, was last seen on March 3rd while walking home from a friend's house in Clapham, London. She wore bright clothing, took well-lit streets, and even called her boyfriend on the way, taking all the steps women are told to follow for safety. But despite this, Sarah never made it home. Her absence soon launched a massive search effort with appeals for any clues that could help locate her. CCTV footage became a crucial piece of the puzzle. Combining Ring doorbell and CCTV cameras, detectives could track Sarah along Poinders Road. Bus cameras captured Everard talking with a stranger on the side of the road, who was driving a white Vauxhall Crossland. Police could determine the Vauxhall's plate on one of the bus cameras, and were able to trace it to Enterprise Rental Company, which revealed the driver to be Wayne Couzens, a Metropolitan Police officer. By abusing his position of authority, Couzens lured Sarah into his car under the guise of an arrest for a fabricated COVID-19 regulation violation. From there, he drove her to a secluded area in Kent. The case quickly grabbed national attention, which vehemently sparked searches for the missing girl. Tragically, her remains were found in a remote woodland area in Hodes Wood. It was here where Couzens attempted to hide his crime by burning Sarah's body. The shocking revelation that a police officer had committed such a brutal act sparked public outcry. Protests and vigils emerged, calling for accountability within police institutions. Wayne Couzens was subsequently arrested and eventually confessed to the murder. Since he abused his trusted position of authority to lure an innocent girl to her death, Couzens was given the most severe punishment in the UK, a whole life order. On September 17, 2021, Sabina Nessa, a beloved primary school teacher in South London, left her home to meet a friend at a local pub. She had just started the 5-minute walk through Cater Park when she encountered her attacker, Kochi Selamaj, a stranger who had driven over 50 miles from Eastbourne with a chilling intent. Selamaj jumped out of the bushes and attacked Nessa with a traffic triangle before dragging her into the bushes to strangle the girl to death. The CCTV footage became instrumental and ultimately put the nail in the coffin for Selamaj, as it captured the killer moving suspiciously through the park. The surveillance video also showed his escape route, tracking him as he left the area and returned to his car. After piecing together the CCTV footage, detectives would arrest Selamaj, and, under mounting evidence, he eventually confessed to the murder of Ness. Selamaj's swift conviction earned him a life term in prison. The tragedy of Sabina's murder, together with Sarah Everard's case earlier that year, sparked widespread discussions on women's safety, urging stronger measures to protect women in public spaces.